Tim from Ski Rex Media, back with the little recording that I haven't been doing. I've been shirking responsibility when it comes to Ski Rex Media this season over there with my new friends at Tecnica, working in the Rollerblade warehouse. But now we're back, and what better place to get back into it is the one place that I truly love throughout the entirety of the ski industry with a person I am quite fond of. Jon Hunt and Whaleback Mountain. Johnny, Executive Director. How you doing, buddy?
Great. Super pumped to be back on with you. It's been a hot summer.
Yeah.
As we sit here and it's 92 degrees in the office right now, but just having you here makes me think of winter.
Oh yeah, I am so ready. I am done with the summer. People love summer. I'm more done with the heat than anything else, but whatever. So we come back to Whaleback because, like many of you folks out there, I am interested into what's happening next. Again, like John said, it's been a while. I haven't been here in a while for anything more than the Adam Ezra group, and we didn't get to talk a lot that night. It's very busy for John.
Because I was busy dancing my face off.
Yeah, see, it is busy for John there, but he's not really working. He's dancing, and it's a whole thing. It's a lot of fun. Check out Whaleback's concert series, all kinds of stuff. In fact, something going on tonight, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, tonight we have Dark Star Project, a Grateful Dead cover band out of Burlington coming in to, ironically, it happens to be the day after what would have been Jerry Garcia's 82nd birthday. So we're pretty excited to honor Jerry and dance our faces off another night.
Awesome. That's great. And you know what? We can start there then. We were just talking about, what should we talk about? This is what we'll talk about. How has the summer been here? Because I think some people are still missing out on the fact that Whaleback is a year-round facility. There's stuff going on and the concerts and stuff like this. So what do you got? How's the summer been?
It's been great. I mean, it's been busy, like you said. I think people are slower to catch on because we've only been doing it for about 3 years.
Sure.
Where we're trying to evolve into this year-round organization. So we've had everything from summer day camps for the last 5 weeks for kids from ages 5 through 12.
Sure.
That's been great. So there's a bunch of little kids running around every day, which kind of adds to the excitement of the building. It's nice when it's been quiet for the spring to bring some voices back into here.
Totally.
Every Friday night we've had live music with the pub open, and once again Kara's out there crushing it with our food service. So come on down for dinner and listen to some free live music every Friday night. And as we transition into September, not too far away, we'll go back to our Sundays in September, our afternoon outdoor markets with free live music and food and beverage. Again, just more ways to kind of celebrate the season and get ready for the winter.
Yeah, and those Sundays worked out pretty well, I think, last year. I mean, it looked like it to me. I was only here for a couple of them, but...
Yeah, the weather really cooperated last September.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't blocked the rest of the summer from their minds last summer. But September was really nice. And this summer's been pretty good, too, although hotter than normal.
Sure.
But, I think we've had good crowds here, a lot of excitement, a couple good concerts. It's been a lot of fun.
It has been fun. In fact, that reminds me, we got to go into Alex's office. Shout out to Alex and get my CD that you got signed for me. It's a very, very wonderful thing. Shout out to Adam Ezra Group, wonderful people. So summer's been looking good. We got the same stuff that you've also had going on for those who know, like disc golf. Your volleyball court, is that still around?
That's gone, yeah. No, we didn't see the interest that we were hoping with it. I think a lot of kids played on it when families were here on Friday nights.
Sure.
But instead, we put in a little playground, which has actually seen way more traffic than the volleyball court ever did.
Right.
So the volleyball court's kind of gone, but we still have our 18-hole disc golf course that the Upper Valley Disc Golf Association has continued to upgrade and continues to kind of fine-tune and tweak.
Sure.
So yeah, that's all still going on.
That's awesome. That's great. I want to get up here and check that out myself, actually. The big question I do get still, believe it or not, even though I've answered it for you guys, is are there mountain bikes on the mountain yet? And the answer is no, correct?
Not according to us. Folks are more than welcome to use our private property for recreational use without charge.
Sure.
But they're liable for their own actions.
Okay.
And I think we've talked about it before. Like, one of the beauties of Whaleback is it's really steep for skiing.
Yes.
One of the negatives is it's really steep for mountain biking, and there's not an easy way down. So, we don't encourage it. We don't promote it. I have seen a bike or two out there at times.
Okay.
And I usually kind of say, please be safe, and then go hide and hope for the best.
Hope for the best. Till you see that helicopter from
Exactly.
Dartmouth come flying over to take care of it.
Right.
So there you go. That's the official. Again, I've answered that question a few times. Like, just don't do it.
I answer it 2 to 3 times a week.
There you go. So it's a very big thing. People are pushing for it. I don't know. We've talked about it maybe sometime down the line.
Yeah, I mean, I think I love mountain biking. I think
Yeah.
being a little old school, I can't really wrap my head around using a lift to get you to the top of the mountain. I think if I want
Fair.
to ride down the mountain, I should ride up it. But I understand it's exciting and people love it. I think it's just right now financially it doesn't make sense for us as a
Totally.
business to invest in it and then to be able to support it.
Yes.
So, I'm sure we'll see mountain bikes on this mountain.
Yep.
Probably at some point soon, and then in the future, whether or not we're supporting it, I don't know yet.
Fair enough. And that's fine. There you go, everybody. Now you have your answer. Live with it, okay? But you can still come up and walk up the mountain. Hiking up this mountain is a wonderful thing. That's
I mean, we have hikers all the time. We have folks coming out and having picnics out on the base area. The disc golf course gives you something to do while hiking because you got to go up, and I think the back 9 is up on the top third of the mountain.
Totally, man.
Not quite to the summit, but pretty darn close. So you're getting a good workout too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great view. A lot of fun just being on the mountain anyway. As I was telling John earlier, we were talking about Whaleback today at the Rollerblade warehouse, and everybody's excited. And I'm excited. One of the things we were talking about is the timeline for the lift, and you and I were just saying that. So the new lift is coming, and it will be there this season. Yes.
Yes, the lift is here. It's sitting in the garage down in storage.
Oh, totally. I remember when you showed it to me.
Last year the weather just jammed up the whole process and jammed up every process and thing we needed to do. So we needed to shift the focus to opening last year. This year the focus has been on installing, but also a lot of our snowmaking work that our federal grant is supporting that we just recently finally got the permission to proceed letter.
Sure.
So, we've been doing a lot of that work. We've contracted with 3 different companies to assist with the install.
Wow.
So, it'll be in by this season this year.
Cool.
We're excited about it.
And I'm excited. Every time I walk over here, I'm like, man, that's going to be choice right there. It's going to be beautiful. It'll get you up the mountain quicker, earlier, and it'll get the racer kids out of the way.
Exactly.
So it'll work out well for everybody. Plus, it's a cool lift.
Yeah, and it'll be great on Thursday Night Race League, which is our big kind of beer league, they call it. But that's one of our big events that we host every week in the winter, and we'll be able to turn the chairlift off, and be able to just use the race trail for Thursday Night Race League, which would be great. And then for some other, kind of other races that we host, kind of take the pressure off the chair.
Absolutely, and the Thursday Night Race League is a lot of fun. I don't race personally because that would just be a mess, but it is a lot of fun. I've been here talking to people, hanging out. Talk about a social event, dude. It's so much fun.
It's probably more about the social atmosphere than it is about the actual racing.
Yeah.
While also having former U.S. ski team members in the race.
Yep.
So it's a pretty wild experience.
So now let's go back a season or two where you were top dog, I think, the one year.
I'm pretty sure my team may or may not have won the championships of the B League my first year. Yeah. My first time ever racing a ski gate was that season.
Yes,
I don't have a racing background, but I do have a tiny little trophy on my windowsill.
Which is a beautiful thing. There it is. Now, you got to defend that, so you'll be out there again.
Retired.
You retired?
I retired.
That's fair enough. Everybody should
Quit
retire.
while I'm ahead.
Quit while you're ahead, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So now we know Thursday Night Race League will be back. And again, if you haven't noticed, we're transitioning into the winter. But the summer has been great, as we said. I feel like I might be moving too quick. Do you feel like I'm moving too quick?
No, I think we just want to make sure we don't skip over the fall.
Yes,
with
totally.
Our 4th annual Fall Flannel Fest, which is our kind of marquee fundraising event of the year where our chair of the board, myself, kind of give updates on how last season went and how next season is planned and any big things coming up.
Sure.
But it's also a celebration of the mountain with a silent auction, live music, kind of a neat way for our group to kind of get together and our community to celebrate Whaleback.
Absolutely.
That'll be Tuesday, October 10th. And then the other really exciting thing in the fall that we haven't nailed the date down, it'll be somewhere in October, but through our partnership with IndyPass, and their partnership with Teton Gravity Research, TGR sent out a film crew at the end of last season, and then again this summer to do some interviews with some folks in our community, myself included, and they are releasing a movie focused on 4 North American ski areas that are in the business, not for profit.
Absolutely.
And we are one of the focuses. We're actually potentially going to be the first release of the movie. Will be in the Upper Valley somewhere.
Awesome.
Again, still working out the details on it, so please stay tuned on that. But it's going to be really exciting.
So there you go, everybody. TGR, Whaleback's. We all know Teton Gravity Research, very popular with their filmmaking. They're very good. And now with Whaleback being at the forefront of one of their films, that is incredible. What a great thing to watch this mountain where it's gotten since I've been coming here, which is like 3 years, And it's like, I didn't get to know it back in the day, but now it's like I've seen it grow. It's fantastic. So the Indy Pass, is a big deal with you guys. You're a full partner now and last year, I believe, right?
Yeah, this will be
Okay.
year 2.
Year 2.
And I think, not just from the movie or just from the past, but in so many different ways, partnering with IndiePass has turned out to be a really good relationship for Whaleback Mountain.
Sure.
We're really excited about it. They continue to focus on a similar mission to us and supporting ski areas like us. And we're just really excited to see what the future holds with our IndiePass memberships.
And that's something interesting to talk about with you as well. It might have been the first time we ever talked. When we met, we talked about, would IndiePass, do you think, be a good fit for Whaleback? And you were unsure at that time. But it's awesome that it worked out. I love the IndiePass. I love Doug. I haven't met the guys from Entebeni yet, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, I think, I'd met with Doug, and we had talked early on, probably back when we had talked about potentially seeing if there was a fit. And at the time, it didn't make sense.
Sure.
And I think with with Doug's support and the transition to Eric and Entebeni, it just, the pieces fell in at the right time for us to fit in. And we've actually, kind of developed a great relationship with them. They also, I think you had a really nice segue there. They also are behind our newly installed RFID system, which is all an Entebeni system. They're going to now, everything we do here, from e-commerce to point of sale, for our lift tickets, our day tickets, our season passes, our food and beverage, our retail, everything, rental, will all go through Entebeni systems, which we're really excited about. It'll make, on our end, from a business point of view, it'll really help us kind of be more efficient in what we do, and be able to track more data than we've ever been able to do.
Yeah.
To really know what our customers or guests are really excited about.
Absolutely.
And then on the guest side, it's going to make the guest experience a whole lot smoother.
Sure.
They're going to have their RFID card. That's going to give them lift access. That's going to give them access to French fries. That's going to give them access to the bar. Like, they can do everything with that one card should they want to. And if they're nervous about sending little Johnny to the lodge and not being able to have him get his chicken fingers or cheeseburgers, they can preload money onto the Johnny's card, and Johnny can use that card to purchase stuff.
Fantastic.
So it's really going to make the guest experience a whole lot smoother.
Yeah, so it's not just your pass, which
everything.
is what you see. I mean, I know in the modern era, a lot of systems are trying to put in that type of system. A lot of mountains are trying to put that type of system because it does make things more smooth, much easier. Right. And now you've got it. So now you're going to take your thing out to the your card out to the lift. Are we doing we got someone to hand scan, so there's still someone to talk to, or are you doing
It'll be hand scanners.
Hand scanners.
Yeah, we'll have hand scanners. We want humans to interact with our people.
Perfect.
Again, that's one of the things that we feel we do really well, and what our guests really like is that there is that at-home feeling when you're at Whaleback.
Sure.
So we're still going to have hand scanners out at all the lifts, but it'll give us more ability to track in a more efficient manner.
Absolutely. And data, it makes the world go round. Now, there is something, I will bring this up, more half joking than anything, but there was a person while I was scanning tickets last season over here at the chairlift who he was a little taken aback that I scanned his pass. And he's like, I don't want this place to join the future. I think that was almost his exact words. I was like, I don't know. But what do you think? If you think that's going to be a real issue, or you think it's just people talking?
I think it'll be an early bump.
Sure.
And it's one thing I've thought about in every decision that we make.
Sure.
One of our first point of our strategic goals is to maintain Whaleback's unique character.
Yeah.
How do you do that while continuing to move forward with better technology that keeps us affordable, but also gives us the ability to track this data that's really important for us, especially as a nonprofit, when we go out and fundraise and apply for grants, having data to back up what I'm trying to tell someone, it really helps a long way. So
I can only imagine.
I predict this season there will be a couple of bumps. It's a new system. There's going to be bumps on our end. There's going to be bumps from the guest experience, from specifically like someone who's been coming here for 40 years. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
But not a whole lot different. It's going to feel different at first, but I think, once folks get going, it'll be seamless. And again, I think as long as we're continuing to do things that increase our technology and put us into the future, but remain true to what we are and our character,
Sure.
that's the balance that we go through every day.
Yeah, and I think that'll be all right. Like for whatever reason, when you brought it up, I just was reminded of that one. Is it?
Oh, I've had board members say it. When I brought it up, I told board members that this was the route we were going, and there were a couple that were like, "Ooh, this one's going to be tough." And I like to use the phrase a lot. Like, is the juice worth the squeeze?
Totally.
The juice on this is way worth the squeeze.
100%.
Because I think it's really going to help us. Again, I think I've said it 7 times, so you can edit this part out, but I think it's really going to help us move into the future in a really positive way.
Yeah. Do I really have to edit? Come on, man. I hate doing editing. But
I haven't sworn yet, so no.
Yeah, that part I don't care about, though I've gotten better with it. Except when I'm talking to the highfalutin ski bum guys. Mario Bryan, shout out. Those guys, they bring it out of me. Yep. They're a lot of fun, though. Yep. And they should be coming up this season, too. They're going to try.
Great.
Because that's something I try to do. I try to push, which is why we're talking about this here today. So we've talked about the autumn. Everybody come out, check out Fall Flannel Fest. Help Whaleback if you can. This place runs on donation, so it's a great place. I love it. Some people have asked me, like, are you sugarcoating? I'm like, no, I love this place. I still love it. It's fantastic. I love being here. TGR movie, so keep an eye out for that. One of the first places might be Upper Valley. Now, I don't mean to backtrack, but a lot of those films, when they come around here, they go down to the Lebanon Opera House. Are you going to do it here, or are we going to do it there, you think?
We're not going to do it here.
Okay.
We don't have the capacity.
Sure.
It's because... We could have the capacity if we could show it outside.
Totally.
But then there's a whole lot of other invariable things that could happen.
Totally.
That could mess it up. We, in talking with Indy, our friends at IndyPass, we feel like this could draw a lot of people.
I would say, yeah.
Lebanon Opera House is absolutely a potential site for it.
Sure.
We're in talks with them right now.
Okay.
I don't think it's premature for me to say that it looks like we're probably going to host it there.
Fair enough.
In partnership with them.
Cool.
Because we want to, I think the way that nonprofits survive is by having agreements with friends.
Yeah.
And Lebanon is the next town over. It's the biggest city in the area.
Yep.
Having a space that size that could accommodate something that I think will attract a whole lot of people that are excited about it. I think it'll be a really good site for us.
Awesome.
It's not set in stone yet, but that is a possibility.
I'm just impressed that I kind of knew that might be where you're going, because the place is great. And like I said, it's not like I know what I'm talking about. Other films have come through there.
And I think it's going to be, I think because it's more than just us, it's
Sure.
focusing on 4 ski areas around North America.
Yeah.
We just happen to be, and one of the reasons I think that, it potentially will be the premiere, is we're in more of a population-dense area than a couple of the other ones.
Sure, absolutely.
They're a little bit on the outskirts. They're awesome skiing in great places.
Sure.
But I think we're in more of a population density,
Yeah.
being so close to Boston too.
Oh, yeah.
Where there are a lot of IndyPass partners or members in the greater Boston area.
Totally.
And I think those folks are going to want to see this movie because all of the mountains in the movie are also IndyPass members.
Yes.
So
100%.
I think it makes sense.
I think it does. And speaking again of IndyPass, I know I'm bouncing around a little bit. I'm still trying to get used to doing this again. I was never a great interviewer to begin with. Anyway, the IndyPass, again, full partner. That also you get I don't know if it's changed, the discount if they buy your pass. IndyPass add-on is like $1.50 or something.
When it's on sale, you can buy, if you're a Whaleback pass holder, you can buy the Indy add-on.
Yes.
Yep.
Again, they've had to limit because of their popularity.
Yep.
So check the Indy website, IndyPass website. It's like I think it's just IndyPass.com now.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to do another sale. Last fall they did one in the fall, for their waiting list folks.
Totally did.
I will tell you that if you come to the 4th annual Whaleback Mountain Flannel Fest, we do have one Indy Pass that will be in the silent auction.
There you go.
So it might be the only place to get one this fall.
It might be.
But as they say with the lottery, you can't win if you don't play. You can't win if you're not here.
Absolutely. You can't win. And it's a great event anyway. I have a lot of fun coming to that. The one year it was cold. I remember I had to wimp out early, but bring more flannel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm notorious for layering my flannel.
Yep.
So I remember that cold year, and it actually was kind of right up my alley.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a great night, a lot of fun. John gets to speak there, and he's a wonderful public speaker. Has a lot of fun. I think. I don't know, man. Wait, you didn't MC the Adam Ezra group this year, did you?
I did the intro.
Did you?
I can't
remember.
I think, I didn't, because I struggle. I think I speak okay publicly.
Sure.
But I can't use a microphone. Anyone who knows me knows I'm really loud anyway.
Sure.
and I can't use a podium. So if anything is in front of me,
Yeah.
I shake it. It's a good thing this isn't on video because I'm actually demonstrating it right now. And I pace a lot, and
Sure.
I use my hands a lot.
Yep.
So, at Flannel Fest, I pace back and forth on the stairs quite a bit and talk about my excitement for our future. Because I recognize it's my job to be optimistic about the future of Whaleback Mountain, but I also fully believe it. I wouldn't keep doing this if I didn't believe that there is a place in the industry and market for ski areas like Whaleback Mountain.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I think, I'll say more importantly, I think there is a place for Whaleback Mountain in the Upper Valley specifically.
100%.
I think it's too important to the community.
It really is, and it is a straight-up community mountain, but that doesn't mean they're not welcoming to outsiders. I've brought outsiders from Pennsylvania. We still talk about Rob cooking cheesesteaks in the parking lot.
One of the top 3 cheesesteaks I've ever had.
There you go. And, he's from Pennsylvania. He come up and he skied and we had a blast. Yep. Shout out to Brian from Massachusetts who came up this past season for the first time, who was very excited. I think the words he used was pleasantly surprised, but he was very on about the mountain. In fact, he told me he was bragging. He went from here to somewhere in Vermont with someone else. He was bragging this place up too. He's like, it was great. He liked your IPA that you have branded.
Yep.
He was very excited that he was able to get a can of his own, not just on tap. Very excited.
Yep.
So come on out. It's a great place anyway. Very welcoming. It's community oriented, but it's everybody oriented. And I think that's part of the thing. Everybody can ski.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I focus on our community because it's the bulk of our guests.
100.
But for us to be sustainable and to continue moving into the future, we need to branch out.
Sure.
That's the biggest driver of the IndyPass partnership because it brings new people here. It brought almost 1,000 new skiers to the mountain last year.
Yep.
That probably, if you asked 90% of them, they would have said, I've driven by 1,000 times and never stopped.
100%.
Well, now we've gotten them to stop, come in and experience it. I hope they came on a great day.
Yep.
Or even a good day.
Sure.
This past year, good days were kind of great days.
Yeah.
And I hope they recognized and understood when we say community feel, our community is anyone who comes here.
Yes.
I think that's a big piece that we're trying to message out.
Absolutely, and it is great. I ran into people at the Snowbound Expo last year who said the same thing. Like, I drove by it a ton of times. I'm like, well, it's on the Indy Pass. It's right there. Just pull on in. It's a lot of fun. In fact, leave your car on the interstate and just walk down. It's fine. It's not fine. Don't do that. Let's see.
Pull into the parking lot, and if you just want to give it a try, ask for John.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take you out there and give you a guide, and your first time's on me.
Absolutely. See, there you go. From the man himself, who skis much better than I do, so be prepared.
Second best skier on the mountain.
Second best skier on the mountain. Shout out to Alex, who was the first.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. Oh, I proclaimed it too, because I was just happy one day I kept up with him. Actually, that when Brian was up here, all 3 of us took a run, and I kept up with both of them. I was like, yeah. That's something, because they're all good. Everybody's better. So we talk about the lift. We talk about the upcoming season a little. Do we miss anything?
I don't think so.
We talked about the fall. We did talk about the fall.
We talked about the fall. I think those 2 big events between the TGR movie and the and Flannel Fest are kind of our 2 big things.
Sure.
And then the Sundays in September are really exciting. Yeah. Now we just got to get through the fall and hope Mother Nature cooperates. Last year we saw an 11% dip in days of operation compared to the previous winter.
Absolutely. That was rough.
Take out 11% of the days, and that hurts the bottom line quite a bit.
It does. Well, the preliminaries are looking good for us. And if our friends in the Southern Hemisphere are any indication, they're having good winters. Australia and in South America are both doing pretty well right now. Will it continue for us? I hope so. I'm very hopeful. Because I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready. Right. I would ski this right now on grass skis if I had them, but that's a whole other thing that I don't know about. Awesome, dude. So come to Whaleback again. Thank you, John, for having us again. Also a fan of Ski Rex Media, friend of Ski Rex Media, an originator with Ski Rex Media. Really, like John reached out to me before many other people and believed in me too, and I'm very excited about that. So we're gonna get through the summer. We're going to, get into the winter. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be here running lifts again. I'll also be here on, what's the concert in September or August? 3rd week in August, maybe.
Friday, August 23rd.
Yes.
We're doing a benefit in conjunction with the Upper Valley Land Trust.
Sure.
All funds will be split between the 2.
Sure.
Ticket sales, I believe, are $10. and it's the Okerville River and Western Terrestrials. My understanding, it's made up of a group of friends that went to Kimball Union Academy.
Sure.
20 years ago.
Okay.
And they're doing a reunion concert at Whaleback.
Awesome.
So we're really excited about it. I think it benefits us, but also our friends over at the Upper Valley Land Trust. I think it's really exciting. It's a band that I've not listened to before, so I'm always looking for some good new music.
Yeah, me too. And the reason I brought that one up is because, once again, I will be the doorman. So I'll be performing live for anybody who comes up for tickets and whatnot. So there you go. Tim for SkiRex Media will be Tim from Whaleback again, which is totally fine by me because I love Whaleback. Thank you, John. If we think of anything else, we'll definitely let you know. But I think we're good, brother.
Great. Yeah, definitely just, keep an eye on our website, follow our newsletter, check social media. That's where we post everything.
Yeah.
And ski it to believe it.
Ski it to believe it. Thank you, dude. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Cool.